So, hi, Coco. So great to be sitting
Hello.
here chatting with you virtually. Loving the
Yes,
plan.
thank you. I'm going to an awards event after this, so this
Okay.
isn't my usual. But actually, when I'm doing press and stuff, I do find that I be getting glammed up, so it's like my semi-usual.
Semi-usual. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have so much to talk about. But of course, what we're going to talk about first is Bel-Air. Congratulations on the role of Hilary Banks. Everybody is talking about it. Everyone is loving this reboot. So Hilary Banks' character in Bel-Air is about taking a leap of faith. So what's the biggest leap of faith that you've taken?
Wow, that is a great question. I think the biggest leap of faith was me moving out to LA when I was 17. I graduated high school early, and I came out here. Then I actually booked this role on Broadway. So then I was in New York for a year, and then when I came back out at 18, that's when I was here to stay. So that was definitely the biggest leap of faith I've taken. Pretty scary.
Yeah, but it all worked out. So,
It sure did. It sure did. There were times where I was like, "Whoa, should have went to college," but it did all work out.
and what are some parallels, if any, between you personally and your on-screen character?
Yeah, me and Hillary are very similar, actually. We're both very goal oriented, very um, confident in ourselves, even when like the world tries to make Hillary and me feel like otherwise, we always go back to center. Now, that doesn't mean that like the whole time we're like, yeah. It just means that like when you get knocked off your pedestal, you get back up. We're both very tenacious and charismatic for sure.
And you brought up something about confidence, and that was actually a question that I had further down the line, but I mean,
Mhm.
we'll just jump right into it. So when we see Coco Jones on TV or on social media, we see a woman walking confidently in her authentic and multidimensional self. So have you always been comfortable in your own skin?
No, no. I grew up not in the limelight, but in the limelight. I was a child star, child singer, child actor. So as you're growing up and you're walking into these audition rooms with a bunch of other girls, sometimes they look lighter than you. And for me, I'm 5'9", 5'10", so most of the times they were shorter than me. I always felt like, dang, okay, maybe they have the more appetizing look. Maybe what they're offering is more marketable to the world. Why would it be more marketable? Maybe it's because it's prettier. Maybe it's because it's better. Um, and nobody told me those things. It's just from my environment. The girls who were getting most of the opportunities didn't look like me. So yeah, of course, that would make me alter my perception of myself at times and try to like attack my confidence. I think what helped for me was knowing how much representation was important to me coming up, knowing how much like the Cheetah Girls and Raven, like they walk so that I could run, and I want to do that for someone else. I want another girl who looks like me to say, yeah, but Coco did it, so whatever, like I want there to be motivation that I can offer to the girls who look like me. So I think I just had to choose, like, regardless of whatever the world is trying to tell me, I have a choice in what I believe and what I accept as my truth. And Kerry Washington actually told me that, like, just keep making them see you. And that was like great advice because regardless of whatever are these outside circumstances, you're going to keep seeing me. And when it's right, you won't forget about me.
I love it. So who would you say helped you develop your sense of confidence that you have right now?
Definitely my mom. My mom has been there the entire time. There would be no me if there wasn't my mother in all the ways. But I didn't have a management. I didn't have an agency. I didn't have those things. So she was there the whole time. And her words were and always are uplifting in the midst of like opposition.
Mhm.
Um, so I feel like she is the reason that I'm very confident. And then also I see myself in her. She looks like me. So the way she carries herself, it's just like, okay, that's how it's supposed to be done, you know? And then my little sister, she looks at me. So yeah, my mom.
So it's like a effect.
Definitely a
Down
domino
to your
effect.
sister, yes.
Yes, most definitely.
And you're very open about talking about the ups and downs and some of the challenges you experienced in your career.
Yes.
Just in terms of things not going as planned, things taking a little longer than expected. So how
Mhm.
did you find solace in the waiting period?
I for a while I did not have it. I didn't. I hated waiting. Um, I think for me, how I found solace was finding peace in God and in the consistence in my life, my family, my friends, some of them, some got cut off, um, and myself. Like putting my happiness in a job was why I hated waiting because there were too many times where I didn't have a job and so I wasn't happy.
Mhm.
And that's the career field I chose. That happens to anyone. It doesn't matter what you look like. You're not going to have a job at all times. So for me, how I found solace was I put my peace in the consistent things in my life. And then I also started to like speak more positive things, just about who I am and what I'm going to do and the good things that I deserve. Like, um, that just helped me to like, even though my environment didn't always represent what I was saying, I knew it would one day.
Yeah, for sure. So what was the most important lesson you learned during those times, those waiting periods?
A really important lesson that I learned was to get off your ass and do something. I mean, some of my biggest opportunities came from me posting on the internet. When people were asking, like, man, I wonder what happened to Coco Jones, they had tweeted that, and then I ended up making that response video. That put me on the map because somebody took that sound clip, and you would do it too for a check, and they put that on TikTok, and that went everywhere. And then I was like, okay, so people care about my story. They're watching me. Let me continue to do things. So then I put out a video of me doing a cover of Hit Different, and that went everywhere. What I learned was like, nothing happens when nothing happens. And like, if I'm expecting the post office man to drop off a job at my door, like, this is reality, girl. Get up, literally, get out and do something, do anything.
Yeah. No, that's so funny that you said that because I do a lot of interviews and a few friends of mine, they were like, "Girl, you need to start putting your stuff out there." I'm like, "No, it's okay." They're like, "Nobody's going to see it. No one's going to find you. It's just this little circle." And then once I started putting myself out there more, oh, the floodgates open. More opportunities, more eyeballs, more like just everything just sort of started aligning for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, God can't help you if you're not helping yourself. I feel like, I mean, I was expecting him to do everything. I was like, hey, I'm gonna just sit here and watch Grey's Anatomy. I'm gonna need you to bring me this movie role and this. And he's like, girl, you ain't even prepared. I would give you that, but you're not even ready. So why would I do that?
Yes, preparation is key.
It
Totally.
is. It is.
And listen, but throughout the course, the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, you have remained true to who you are as a person, especially in this industry. So, what would you tell young Black girls who want to get into this industry about how to blaze their own trail?
I would say you're gonna have to just, you're just gonna have to, in a way, you're gonna feel crazy. You're gonna feel crazy sometimes because there's a lot of odds and they're not in your favor for the most part. And you just have to press through those things because that's not your business. What is your business is to make sure that you're prepared for any opportunity. Do you have a script you could do on command? Do you have a song you could sing on command? If somebody was like, can you perform? Do you know a couple songs that you would do? Like, you have to be prepared because there are opportunities waiting for preparation. Um, Networking, which I did not like. I did not like asking people for pictures. I did not like asking them to listen to my music or anything. I didn't like asking people to work with me because I was just like, if you knew you want to. No, networking, get humble, be honest. The worst thing people can say is no, but when they say yes, OMG, it's like so worth it. So push yourself out there, market yourself. You are your brand. You're selling your brand. Be vocal about that. Be vocal about what you can do. Tell people you sing everywhere you go. Tell people you act everywhere you go. Because there are other people that are really chatty about their talents and they get opportunities from that. Um, and then just keep going, man. And if you're running low on money, get a job. There's stuff you can do from home. Okay. Um, but keep going. Just don't stop for sure. Because you will get where you need to go as long as you keep moving forward.
Yes, especially don't stop at the first two no's that you get. Or
Girl, if I would have stopped at the first two no's, that was like when I was like 5.
it doesn't matter
That
now.
was just my parents being like, no, you can't sing another song on the way to school. Like, there you go, I'm done. You know, we're tapped out. We're done.
All right, we're done. We're done. And what does legacy mean to you?
Legacy to me, I guess, would be unlocking doors so that they're easier for the next generation to walk through. Um, Creating more opportunities for people who look like you. I mean, Morgan Cooper, our director of Bel-Air, is the epitome of a legacy. I mean, he had this idea, and because of Will Smith, who believed in this young black kid from Kansas City, we have a show with all these other young black kids who get to express their talents, and amazing people that are involved in the show, amazing black people involved in the creative of the show. So legacy is opening doors and creating more opportunities. When you get in there, don't be selfish, because sometimes black people, we don't want to help each other, and that's not giving. But nothing can get in your hand when it's closed. So open your hand up. God will give you more because you're being generous to other people who look like you too. There's not one job left. There's plenty of jobs. You are the job. Create the job.
Yes, yes. I love it. Absolutely. And we're going to talk about your music. Recently signing to Def Jam. Congratulations. So,
Thank you.
yeah, so what can we expect? Can you give us any news, any tidbits?
Yeah, I'm working on a single release that'll be around March 15th, 18th, middle of March for sure. It's this upbeat song, like it's flirty and sassy, and I'm talking to this guy, talking my stuff, it's really cute. I'm really excited for everyone to hear it.
So how would you define like your musical style?
I would say I get a lot of inspiration from the girls my age. Um, it's really about like being honest, and I'm a little like catty with my lyrics just because that's how I am. I like all of my songs to like pull out different emotions in you. So sometimes I'm gonna have like a ballad type of moment where you're gonna feel drawn to tears, but then other times you're just gonna want to dance, and you're gonna be saying like uplifting things as well about yourself, about what you can do in the world. Because sometimes I'll be listening to a song and I'll be like, what did I just say? That was like the saddest sentence ever. So I try to like, even if I'm singing like a heartbreak song, I don't leave it on like a I'll forever be heartbroken type of note. I just like to leave some tidbits of positivity in my music.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be dancing the whole time as well.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait. Look, you said March 15th, countdown to
the Okay.
And this is actually my last question, and we're going to switch gears a little bit. During the height of the pandemic, how did 2020 reshape your view on the notion of self-care?
Oh, wow, interesting.
Or did it reshape your notion? Or not at all?
Well, I mean, if anything, you're talking about 2022, which is this year. And we just got here.
No, 2020. I feel like
2020. I thought you said 2020. I was like, well, dang. I'm like, have I even changed? It's been like 5 seconds. Yeah, for me, I had to learn how to get very creative in opportunities for myself. And for me, that is a part of self-care, because when I'm being creative and when I'm doing the things that I feel like God has called me to do, I feel happier. My overall presence is more positive. I think learning how to like work on music production, and because I couldn't go and work with other people, I kind of had to learn these things. Editing, they kind of made me feel like the world was on pause, but like I was still moving towards my goals. just in a different way. And all the things that I learned in 2020, I still use till this day. Like I'm so in a way grateful that I could just sit there and had to watch YouTube tutorials and had to sit there and learn like the back end of a lot of these things, because it helps me so much now as a businesswoman to be like, actually, I don't like that edit. Here's what we need to do there, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? You also brought up something else. I know I said that was my last question, but one more, just one more.
Okay.
You were talking about it makes you happier. So what does happiness mean to you?
Um, Happiness, I feel like, is a choice. And I don't think that that can be based on anything external. I think it's an internal choice um, that you can control in most cases. Now, there's other circumstances, of course, like where chemically you can't be happy on your own.
Right.
But I think it's about making your life something that makes you happy in any ways that you can control, like the little things. Like something that makes me happy is like when I have like a really good meal and like I can watch The Office. I'm like, oh yeah, like, but that's in my control. These are the things that I can do.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, that's what happiness is. And I think also happiness to me is family, is God, is health. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of times some people take their health for granted. Even like your senses. These are vital
Mm-hmm.
features,
Mm-hmm.
eyesight, being able to
Yes,
hear. Yes. So,
definitely.
well,
Definitely.
well, congratulations on everything. Keep doing what you're doing. And so
Thank
excited.
you. Thank you so much. I had so much fun talking with you.
Had so much fun talking with you too, and enjoy the awards tonight.
Thank you. I will. All right. See ya.